Okay, so the other day I was at my best friend's house and we had planned to go out. Well, she still hadn't put her makeup on, so I was sitting on her bed waiting for her to put her makeup on and so that we could socialize. When all of a sudden she caught a glimpse of me in the mirror and she's freaked out. She just started to, "What are you doing?" And I didn't know what I had done wrong. And what had happened was, all right, this video is about cultures, other cultures, whether it's culture from country to country, culture difference, or from home to home, which this is. Okay, what happened was I had my shoes on. Now, my feet were not 100% on her bed, and I was sitting on top of her top quilt. My feet were not touching her sheet, right? But in her culture, the culture of her family, if you're gonna sit on somebody's bed, you just take your shoes off and, well, my shoes were not even on top of the bed. They were kind of like touching a little bit. And she said, "Now I'm gonna have to wash my quilt." It's okay, we're friends, and so it all worked out. But you see, the thing is that we are all raised with different cultures, with different ways of doing things that we have no idea are offensive to other people. I mean, there's some common things that we all can agree on, but anyway, so that got me to thinking that I should just look up what we as Americans do that we have no idea are offensive to other cultures. So I'm going to read to you what I found and comment. The 10 most accidentally offensive things Americans do overseas. Now, of course, this is it has nothing to do with religion, it has nothing to do with politics. This is just habits, okay, that we are not aware of. Okay, so, let me see. When traveling abroad, the last thing we Americans want to do is offend the locals. Unfortunately, too many of us think that that's an easy trap to avoid. As long as you are polite, say please and thank you, don't tell ethnic jokes about the local population, don't act rude or all ugly American-like, and don't walk around in an FBI female body inspector t-shirt, you'll be okay, right? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. One downside of international travel is, I'm just going to skip to the thing. Forget that. Okay, so the first one is using the left hand. We do it all the time, but it is, I'll read to you what they say. In certain countries, mostly in the Middle East, India, and parts of Africa, the left hand is considered very dirty because historically that was the hand used for certain sanitary activities. So using it to initiate a handshake, I guess the left-handed people, I wouldn't do that, I'd do right hand. Touch food, so using it to initiate a handshake, touch food, touch someone else, or present a gift is considered pretty disgusting. Okay, number 2, sitting in the back seat of a taxi. Now, the good news is I get car sick, and so I always ask to sit in the front seat anyway, so this wouldn't affect me, but most Americans automatically get into the back seat. We all know the procedure. You hail a cab, wait until it stops, open the rear door, and climb into the back seat. Well, in Australia and New Zealand, this is a good, they are like us. Well, in Australia and New Zealand, you're doing okay, except for that last part. They do find it offensive in Australia and New Zealand. In those countries, if you are the sole passenger, some cabbies consider it extremely snobby for you to hop into the back seat as if they are your chauffeur, which if you think about, forget that part. Okay. These cabbies prefer you right up front with them as if you're pals. Well, that's what I automatically do anyway. When I'm in New York City or whatever, I automatically get into the front and talk to them. So I'm okay there. Tipping. Many American travelers know that tipping isn't expected in Europe, but not many know that in Japan it could be taken as an insult. Before you go to any country, it's a good practice to look up their tipping custom. Okay, putting your hand in your pocket, considered disrespectful in Turkey. Good to know. I've got some Turkish friends, so I don't think I've done that in front of them. Okay, Oh, giving a peace sign. In America, don't want to offend anybody, but putting your fingers up like that is like, peace. That was from the days of the hippie. It doesn't mean peace in the UK, Ireland, Australia, or New Zealand. There, it's an obscene gesture, sorry. The equivalent of what holding up a half a peace sign, your middle finger, means here. Not exactly a gesture conducive to peace. Okay, showing the sole of your shoe. It's something that men in the US often do without a second thought. They sit down and then put their feet up like that. Women do it differently. But in Arab cultures, the soles of your shoe are considered dirty and shouldn't be displayed to anyone. Okay, let's see. Crossing your fingers. Here in America, that's like luck. Sorry, I don't want to offend anybody, but that's like a sign of luck. Say you're standing in a Vietnamese airport and hoping that you can get a seat on standby, you cross your fingers for good luck. Don't be surprised if people start staring at you. There, crossing the fingers is considered vulgar, as it's said to resemble a certain female body part. Okay, touching someone's head. Here it's almost instinctive. You see a cute kid and pat him or her on the head. But that's a big no-no in countries with high Buddhist populations such as Sri Lanka, Thailand, and China. Buddhists consider the head sacred. It's where they believe the spirit lives, so hands off. Okay. I wouldn't go around touching anybody's head anyway. I don't know about you. Giving the thumbs up. I do that a lot. Sorry if I offend anybody. Here's a list of places where that means, here in the US, that means A-OK, that means something's good. Here's a list of places where the thumbs up is said to have various negative meanings. West Africa, South America, Iran, is Sardinia, Israel, Thailand, Afghanistan, Italy, and Greece. Giving the A-OK sign, like, oh, that's good. Well, I do that sometimes, you know. In the United States, this means A-OK. In Brazil and Germany, it means a-hole. Sorry. It may also have unwanted connotations in France, Venezuela, and Turkey. Well, that's the end of that. But if you guys know of some offensive things that we as Americans do that really bug you, I think that's a bad word in England, that upset you guys, let us know. And I'm gonna mention it. I'll mention it in another video where I talk. Next time maybe I'll look up what is offensive to us that other countries do. Okay, see you guys, bye.